I'll admit, I am not completely up to date on crypto. I understand some of it. I understand just enough to be dangerous to myself, which is why I do not put money into it. But I also understand that some of the crypto that people are talking about don't necessarily need to be used in the manner in which it's being used. Now, there's some crypto that's used as a far smarter choice when it comes to currency exchange. Say Western Union, they actually have a crypto. You're in Zimbabwe needing money. Somebody sends you money to Zimbabwe. Well, to deal with the currency exchange issues and to deal with the transfer issues, they do it all via cryptocurrency now. A lot of people may not know that. It's not something that needs to be traded. It is something that needs to be kept on a pretty stable uh, platform. Then you have things like Bitcoin, which is used for trading and for retail usage. That's where the problem comes in. I, as somebody that has a decent understanding of uh, these kinds of things, looks at Congress and goes, most of y'all can't understand the basic concepts of economics, let alone understand the basic concepts of, I don't know, law. And these folks are trying to come up with cryptocurrency regulation. So I've got a clip here. Senator John Kennedy, who I adore, this man is one of the preeminent folks of telling the truth, is talking about Congress making regulation for on crypto. And he also is talking to someone on this, and it should be very interesting to you because especially if you're into crypto, this is should be far more interesting. But let's let you hear it. Also, if you don't mind, hit like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if you don't mind, if any of y'all would be so inclined, either if any of y'all want to be really nice, I have a link tree down below if you're like on my Rumble and want to help me out via my Patreon. Couple of bucks a month. Uh, if you're on my YouTube, you can join up, subscribe, and join up. But you don't have to. I'm pretty much going to present the same thing. If you join the communities, y'all will have a little bit bigger voice. That's it. So here we go.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've listened with great interest today, and here's what I hear you saying. The four folks to my left, I hear you saying that digital assets are different. Digital assets hold great promise. Digital assets need special rules. I agree with that. The obvious question is, what should those rules be, and to what extent should we allow you to draft them? I've also heard some of you say that digital assets represent the next generation of the internet. Well, we let the current generation of the internet draft their own rules. And frankly, it looks like what we got as a result looks like somebody knocked over a urine sample. Congress can't even agree on basic legislation dealing with privacy on the internet. How the hell are we going to tackle this? But I hear what you're saying. I hear Mr. Painter, as usual, if you follow him on social media, you know, all politicians are crooks. Very helpful. I want to direct most of my questions to Professor Massad. Is that how you say your name?
Massad.
Mr. Massad. I'm really worried we're going to get this wrong. We don't know, we in Congress and our staffs don't know as much as the professionals in digital assets know. And I don't see how we can possibly catch up. Tell me more about your idea of having the SEC. Well, first, I don't want to run out of time here, but why is the digital assets industry so scared of being regulated by the SEC?
Well, I think we need to step back, Senator.
Briefly, please.
They don't want everything treated as a security because they don't want that entire framework to apply. But that's also because the SEC did fail to try to customize its rules to adapt for this technology, and it should do that. And you've got leadership at the agencies now who are working on those things.
You're suggesting that we turn to two of our agencies, one of which is the SEC, and say, you have expertise. Before we take a crack at a bill, you come up with a bill with rules, with regulations. Tell us how to do this. Because I hear you saying in some cases digital assets are commodities. In some cases, they're securities.
Congress needs to fill the gap, which is if it's not a security, who's going to create a regulatory framework for it? So you do need to fill that. But these questions about exactly which is when is it a security, when is it not a security, how do we customize the rules, what should we do about DeFi, a lot of that should really be left to the agencies. You could establish some principles, but I wouldn't write detailed rules.
Have you looked, Professor, at Congressman Hill's legislation?
I have in detail.
What do you think?
I think it's got a lot of problems. I think it's 236 pages of regulatory arbitrage opportunities for creative lawyers, and I used to be one that did that kind of stuff.
Made a lot of money, did you?
I did, but...
Yeah.
Congress is a great place to cause problems by manufacturing a solution that isn't really a solution. And seriously, they do. They cause more problems with their solutions, and it doesn't matter if it's a conservative or liberal. 9 times out of 10, Congress is going to make something worse. We need to fix our immigration situation. I'm talking about our laws, the actual laws that are on the books. We need to cull some, we need to adapt some. Congress won't even look into it. Why? Because it's a campaign issue. If it's a campaign issue, then they don't want to fix it because, well, if they do that, then they can't campaign on it. And so when they do actually put any kind of bill forward that passes, it only makes the situation worse. That's on immigration, let alone anything else. Seriously. Republican, Democrat, I don't care who you are, I want you to look into how things go. Whenever Congress passes a bill, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't fix the situation because of the way that things are worded, because it's worded primarily by staffers who have law degrees, and they're making it so when they leave Congress staff jobs, they can make a fortune being the lawyers that fight, that understand these laws in court and win. Or they can advise clients in the business and in business on how they can avoid because of the loopholes they write into it. This is truly what is going on in our country. And Congress touching cryptocurrency worries the living daylights out of me. Not because I don't think that there doesn't need to be some kind of common sense approach to it. It's because Congress doesn't know how to do common sense anything. There are all kinds of solutions that need to be done. But them getting involved in crypto, man, talking about taking a sledgehammer to something that doesn't even need to really be touched. Yep, it gets bad real quick. But tell me what you think. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.